Hi guys, welcome to Scarlet Tarot, and this is going to be a pick a card reading for a message from your person. So it can be a friend, a loved one, a family member, maybe somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while, whoever you're thinking of. So have that person like in your mind and just take a minute to look at the three different piles and choose which one is like calling out to you. So we have pile number 1 here, pile number 2, and pile number 3 over on the end there. And I'll just give you a little minute to decide. I hope you didn't hear that car horn outside. Okay, I'm going to move these number 3 and number 2 out of the way so we can get started with your reading. Pile 1. So hi group 1, if you chose group 1, this is going to be your reading. Ooh. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards a little bit more before we get started. And today we're asking, what message would your person most like to give to you today? Okay, this is the first card. I actually saw this when I was shuffling before as well. So Ace of Pentacles. Pop that there. Hope you can see that. Okay. Oh my god, I'm like dropping all the cards. Wow. Okay, so 2 cards wanted to jump out at the same time there, so I'm going to take them both. So the next one was the 10 of Cups. Lovely rainbow image for you there. And the Emperor. Okay, so let's just tune into this for a second. I think this is going to be a pretty straightforward message, to be honest. So with the, let me just move this out the way there. So with the Ace of Pentacles first up, this is telling me that kind of what your person, the person you're thinking of, most wants you to know right now is that they're looking for either like a new opportunity or a new start with you, you know, or they could be wanting to bring you a gift, because sometimes Ace of Pentacles can represent, like, I mean, if you look at the hand like floating out of the clouds here, it's like bringing a gift to you, something tangible, because pentacles are to do with like material, physical things. But yeah, it's an ace, so it's really about like new opportunities, new fresh beginnings. So I don't know if you had an argument with this person, or maybe you haven't been speaking to them for a while, but this is what they want. They kind of want like a fresh start, to start something new with you, and something like tangible, because it's the Ace of Pentacles, so something, you know, real in the physical world. And then, you know, the 10 of Cups really backing that up here as our second card. Very I like this version of the 10 of Cups. So sometimes this is called the happily ever after card. But it's really, you know, it's a 10, so it's like the end of a cycle. It's about completion, and like emotional fulfillment, because the cups are all to do with our emotions and how we feel. And obviously in this depiction here, which I really like, you've got like the two people kind of clasping their hands around the cup there together. So it's kind of like, you know, 2 people coming together to create this like emotional fulfillment, this happiness. Obviously with the rainbow there, it's like lots of joy, and yeah, just, you know, good feelings, good. So if you're not already in a good place with this person, then maybe it's that they want to kind of create a new opportunity to have this with you, to have this really like joyful relationship, this joyful connection, and like working on it together, coming together to create that. And if you do, things are pretty good, then I think this person is just saying, yeah, I'm really happy, happy with you. You make me feel this like joyful, like, you know, kind of magical, like happily ever after sort of feeling. And then right on the end here we have the Emperor. So, and I like as well, I noticed that you're like just the colours in the cards, you've got a lot of like blues and greens. So that to me, you know, blue is all about communication and kind of being open with each other, and green is really to do with like healing, heart healing, and you know, it's all to do with, you know, the heart basically. And then here on the end you have this like lovely bright yellow orange Emperor card, so you know, orange and yellow like associated with joy. So this is about taking control and, you know, kind of taking the lead. So I think this person here is telling you that they're wanting to step into this, you know, leadership role, to like take the lead, to really take action, take charge, and, you know, kind of step up. And the Emperor is like, you know, he's kind of like all the kings in the tarot sort of rolled into one, and he, you know, he is a leader and a strong leader, but he uses his strength to like look out for himself, but also for his loved ones and people around him. And you know, he's got his sword here. The swords in the tarot represent truth, so you know, he's like got his sword at the ready there, but it's not like up. He's in quite an open, so he's not closed off, he's not like ready to attack, you know, he's got his sword of truth there, but he's open, you know, this like position that he's in, he's very open to, you know, whatever may come, and kind of just prepared. But it's really about taking the lead and like taking charge. So I think this is really letting you know that this person wants to step into this kind of strong leadership type energy, and you know, probably support you. You know, it's a very supportive kind of energy, and with it being the number 4 as well in the major arcana, it's also associated with like building and strong foundations, and you know, kind of just having like kind of laying those really strong foundations for success, and like something that you can continue to build on, you know, and build up for the future. So you know, with your first 2 cards here, it really feels like this person is wanting to say, you know, I recognize maybe they've been indecisive, or maybe they haven't really been stepping up or kind of taking the lead, but they know that's what they need to do, that's what they want to do, that's what they're planning on doing, and they see that, you know, they kind of need to step into this role in order to be able to create this like new opportunity and this really like harmonious and happy, you know, relationship between the 2 of you, whatever kind of relationship that might be. So that's the message I'm getting from your person, that they're planning on kind of stepping up and taking charge. And I'm just going to get you, let me show you really quick from my Moonology Oracle deck. We're going to get you a little piece of advice here. So what advice can we give for group number 1 today about this connection or this relationship with their person? Okay, so we got here the new moon in Virgo, and again, this is, I don't know if you can tell because the lighting's kind of a bit weird in here, but this is a really green card. So again, it's a lot of healing going on, a lot of like heart energies and open heart energies. So your advice here, yeah, time to give rather than take. So you know, if this is what you want, if you want to kind of have this opportunity to like build something harmonious kind of relationship connection with this person, then at the moment, you know, it's for you to kind of step into this Virgo energy of, you know, because Virgo is really associated with like service to others and like helping people. So, you know, obviously not to the point where you have nothing left for yourself, but just being in this really like receptive and giving energy, and kind of being open, keeping your heart open with this greens, all these greens in your reading. And you know, like, kind of sounds maybe a bit cliche, but the more that we are able to like open up and give, the more that we're then able to receive back. So I feel like that's your advice for your message today, and I hope that resonated, group 1. Hope you found that helpful. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed your reading, and leave me a comment down below, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Thanks, pile 1. Okay. Alright, that's my drink. And so if you chose group 2, hi group 2, this is your reading. I'm just going to shuffle your cards a little bit more, and we're asking, what message does your person have for you today, whoever they might be, the person you're thinking of, be a friend or family member, lover, someone you haven't spoken to in a while, or they're just not being very communicative about how they're feeling. Let's see, what message can we get from your person today? Okay, so first card up, we have the Death card. So I hope that doesn't look too scary. Some people get a bit scared by the Death card, but it's not anything to be scared of, so don't worry. But let's get some more, a couple more cards for you for group 2. What would group 2's person want to say? Oh my god. Okay, so you have Sky Father. I love this version of it. In traditional decks he's called the Emperor, which I was saying oh my god because he came out in the first pile as well, so it's funny. So there might be some, if you were like torn between group 1 and 2, there might be some messages in group 1 for you as well, so feel free to like watch that pile as well. And then your last card here, the 6 of Pentacles. I hope you can see that. I don't know why it's not focusing very well. But okay, so just pop that like that. Okay, so starting off with your first card, the Death card here. So like I said, some people find this card a bit scary or intimidating, but it's nothing to be scared of. It's, you know, the main message of the Death card, it is about endings. So either this person that you're thinking of has like gone through some major endings in their life at the moment, or you know, there's been an ending, like a close to a chapter in your relationship in some way, but it definitely doesn't have to be a bad thing at all. You know, it's very natural, like sometimes can be painful, but it's a very natural kind of process. It's something that like needs to happen, and with the butterfly here, it's like, you know, this whatever it is that's come to an end, it allows for some kind of transformation to happen that needed to happen, that can, you know, kind of open things up so that new stuff can come in, and like new opportunities, and you know, so you can move forwards and not get stuck in, you know, the same place. So yeah, this could be talking about an ending in your connection, your relationship, or it's that this person has recently been experiencing some kind of big ending, a big transformation in their life. Like I said, the second card, you've got the Sky Father or the Emperor, and yeah, he did show up in group number one's reading as well, so that's kind of interesting. As I was saying to group one, this is all about like taking control, taking charge, so maybe it's that this person had to kind of experience some kind of ending, or some kind of ending had to happen. It doesn't have to mean the end of your relationship completely, it's just there has been some kind of ending, but it's allowing this person to like step into the Emperor energy so they can like take charge, kind of step up and be a leader, and really like take back control and stand in their power, which is a good thing. So, and I like this depiction of the Emperor because, he's like, you have this kind of like cosmic vibe going on, and it's very, I don't know, it makes me kind of think of like Greek gods or something because of the like beard and the hair and everything. But when this is like in a positive, which I would, I don't see anything negative here, and it's not like reversed or anything. So when this, someone is in this energy and it's in the positive, it's a really protective, almost like fatherly, it's quite caring type of energy, and it is about taking control and like stepping up to be a leader, but it's not aggressive, it's not like forcing what you want on other people, but it's kind of seeing like, how can I kind of take responsibility for myself and like step up and lead in a way that is not only good for me but like good for the people around me as well. So yeah, I feel like the message here for you is like this, whatever this ending is, whether it's in your connection or in this person's life that's happened, it's allowing them to step into this Emperor or Sky Father energy, and just allowing them to like really take back control and like be responsible and be a leader basically that can inspire other people. And you also have it's number 4. You can't see the number very well there, but it's number 4 in the major arcana. So again, it's all about building strong foundations and kind of like laying the groundwork to have these really like strong, stable foundations that you can then kind of go on from there and like build up from there. I'm just thinking this is like the Death card as well is number 13, isn't it? Yeah, so which also breaks down to a 4, which is quite interesting. So it's the same thing. It's like, kind of allowing whatever it is that needed to end and to die away, allowing that to happen so that you can start rebuilding with like a strong and stable foundation for the future, with this person like stepping into their power and not kind of being in victim mode or not blaming other people, just really being in their power. And then you have your final card, you have the 6 of Pentacles, which I love this version because it looks like a Pisces card, and I am a Pisces, so I'm completely biased, but I just think it's really pretty. So this card is all about like balance and equal give and take, and giving and receiving, but it's balance is like the main theme of this card. It's like having that kind of equality is really, really important. So when this person is like stepping into their power and kind of stepping up as a leader, I feel like they're saying this is going to allow us to have much better like balance in our relationship, whatever kind of relationship you have. So it could have been that you have been taking care of this person, or like giving a lot to this person, giving a lot of your time and energy, and now it's kind of like they want to, you know, step into their power, like I said, and like give back and kind of bring this connection more into balance, so that, you know, because if you're any kind of relationship is out of balance, then, you know, it's not going to be stable. You're not going to have the stability that the number 4 Skyfather's talking about, because it just can't, you know, things have to be in balance in order for them to be successful, like long term. So that's really what this person is, you know, hoping that they're going to achieve by stepping into their, you know, strength here, which is very cool. We like that. And I'm going to just grab you a Runology card, advice card for you. So what is the best thing for group number 2? What can they do in this connection, in this relationship with this person? What's the best thing for them to... Oh, cool. This is very cool. So this is your, I mean, okay, it's not, I mean, I guess it's just like be prepared is your advice, because we got a new start is coming. This gorgeous, and there's a lot of, I was talking about the colours in group 1's reading as well. There's a lot of blue in your, like bluey, purpley, lovely, gorgeous colours in your reading, and you know, that's really to do with like communication. So you might have not spoken to this person for a while, or you might have, communication might have been quite difficult with them, but you've got this new start is coming, just like the Death card was saying. You know, there has been some kind of ending, but that is going to allow for this new start, whatever that means for you guys, but a new opportunity, a new beginning, really. So yeah, just kind of be prepared for that, be like open to that. You know, obviously if you don't want to, kind of, if this person's hurt you or, you know, abused you, and you don't want to have any kind of new start with them, then obviously don't. But you know, either way, this is new opportunities, new beginnings kind of opening up for you. Yeah, I think that's pretty straightforward. I think that's your message today, group 2. So I hope that resonates for you. I hope it makes sense. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do leave me a comment or give me a like and subscribe. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and I hope I see you next time. Okay. All right. Move on to group 3. Okay, so hi group 3, if you chose this deck, the Green Witch Tarot deck, this is your reading. I'm just going to give a little quick shuffle. I already did some shuffling before, but I like to do a little bit while I've got the camera going as well. So I'm asking what your person, what message would your person give you if they could speak to you today? What do they want you to know? So message for group 3, please, from whoever it is that they're thinking about today. Okay, so we've got the Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of the Year, coming out for your first card. Put that there. message word. My boiler's making weird noise in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope you can't. It's really loud. Message for group 3, please. What would this person say to group 3 if they could speak to you? Okay, so here we have the 10 of Swords, or 10 of Athame. I don't know how you say it. Athame. It's which thing? 10 of Swords, and one more card for group 3, please. One more card. I feel like normally the cards come out of this deck really easily, and it's like that's not happening. So I don't know if you have maybe not had the best communication with this person, and maybe they like struggling to open up to you, because like I said, the cards don't seem to be coming out as easily as they normally would. So your final card here is the Page of Athame, or Page of Swords. So okay, group 3. So start off with, we have the, and you've got 2 10s, the 10 of Swords and the Wheel of the Year, or the Wheel of Fortune, which is number 10 as well. So there's definitely talking about some, you know, kind of ends to major cycles and like completion, like things kind of drawing to a close, because that's what the 10s are all about in the tarot. So firstly, with the Wheel of the Year, this is like the wheel turning in your favour, and kind of things starting to move forward again, especially if, like I said, maybe there hasn't been great communication with this person, or things have just been kind of stagnant. They're going to be moving forwards again. I just noticed here as well that this is like the arrow at the top there is pointing to the like symbol for Yule. So this could be kind of happening. I mean, it depends where you are in the world when you're watching this, but if you're in the northern hemisphere like me, then that would be kind of coming up towards the end of this year, that things are really going to start changing, start moving, and like I said, it's usually quite a positive thing. It's like the wheel turning in your favour, so things kind of looking up and getting going again, and things come, like cycles coming to an end, that it's time for them to end and be over, so that, you know, you can attract new, exciting, new things to you. So I feel like this person is saying, you know, they want to have forward movement, they want to put an end to anything that kind of needs to end, that is preventing or blocking you from moving forwards, and also, you know, this Wheel of Fortune or Wheel of the Year card is like really strongly associated with destiny and like fate. So this person could feel like, you know, it was sort of fated for you to meet, like you were supposed to meet, maybe you've learned a lot from each other, you know, big lessons, and you know, yeah, just kind of feeling that it was always meant to happen, that you're always meant to meet, and now they're wanting to kind of move things forward out of this, because I feel like there might have been quite a stagnant energy, or not much movement and not much communication happening. So they're wanting to move things forward and have, you know, this kind of the wheel to turn, and things to start get going again. And again, you've got, like I said, another 10, the 10 of Swords here. This is really talking about, again, endings, and, you know, that can be quite painful endings that you might have gone through together, or, you know, it could be that this person's experienced on their own, but that is kind of it needed to allow this forward movement to allow like progress to happen again. So, you know, I feel like this is sort of where you're at the moment, because you did get two 10s in a row. So it's like, you know, whatever needs to be, whatever is ending or coming to a close in your relationship and your connection, like it needed to happen so that you and this other person can move forwards, and get out of the kind of stagnant like energy that you were in before. Maybe, so I'm saying maybe because I'm looking at the next card as well, so that communication can like open up a bit more between you, and you can kind of start sharing more honestly with one another again. Just wondering if there's anything else. Like, sometimes the Ten of Swords can be, it can have to do with like betrayal and, you know, some really, like I said, some really painful kind of stuff. But the sort of traditional image is like a guy lying on the ground with 10 swords in his back. So this is obviously not quite as extreme as that. So I don't really pick up on any sort of like betrayal energies, but I mean, you know what your own situation is. But she does look quite kind of sad. I don't know if you can see her face, because it's kind of, oh, there you go. She looks kind of sad and like thoughtful. But really, I feel like with this sort of version of the card, it's like, okay, maybe something's had to end. Maybe there's some things that you need to let go of, the other person needs to let go of. And that might not be the easiest thing, because obviously change can be quite difficult. It can be hard to let go of certain things, and it can feel scary when change is happening. But, you know, with the Ten of Swords, it's like this is really needed here in order to allow this forward movement to happen, which is kind of, again, it's not that different. Like, I feel like the all three piles today have kind of similar messages. So if you wanted to, if you're feeling like drawn to another one of the piles as well, you should definitely watch it as well, because there might be messages there for you. But they, definitely pile 2, group 2 have this like big theme of endings having to happen in order for movement forward and like new stuff to come in. Because you're ending here with the Page of Swords, which, let's just see, hopefully you can see that. The Page of Swords is, you know, the swords, again, they're like all to do with communication and like our mental and intellectual kind of energies, so our thoughts, more than our feelings. But, you know, communication is like really, really important with the swords. So with the pages can be messengers as well. So I really feel like if there has been a kind of stagnant, not much communication going on, like that is going to change, or your person is really wanting that to change and recognizing that they need to kind of go through whatever these endings are to allow that to happen, so that you can have this kind of open and truthful communication with each other. It's a page, so the page is, like we see here in this card, she's like a young girl. So, you know, it might not be like a huge revelation, or, you know, but it might start out kind of quite small, just like getting in touch with each other again if you haven't spoken, or just sharing a little bit about what's going on in your lives with each other. But it's still, you know, I still see this as really positive, because it's, you know, it's really about like truth and clarity with the swords here. So, you know, I do feel like this person wants to have this be able to be open and honest with you, have this like truthful and clear communication with you, you know, and with her book down here as well, because again, because the swords are all to do with the mind, you know, they're associated with like learning, and but it kind of makes me feel like this person's saying, I want us to be able to get on the same page, and to really understand where each other is coming from again. And just the way that this particular Page of Swords, the way that she's like holding her sword up there, and like looking up into the sky, it's almost like maybe this person has spent some time kind of really going within and, you know, kind of trying to connect to their higher self, connect to their like higher guidance, and just, you know, really taking that time to get a clearer understanding, so that when they do communicate with you, they can be clear and they can be honest and not give you kind of like confusing or mixed messages. So I do feel like that's the main message for you, is about this, something's coming to an end so that you can have forward movement, and it's probably to do with this clear and open communication with whoever this person is that you were thinking of, group 3. So I just want to grab you quickly a Moonology card from my Moonology deck, and we're gonna find out what kind of advice do we have for group 3. What's the best thing for them to do in this connection at the moment? What advice do we have for group number 3? Oh. Excuse me. Advice for group number 3 and their connection with this person, please. Okay, this doesn't want to come out. Advice for group 3, please. We have an advice card. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 that wanted to like fall out at the same time, so I'll take them both. The first one is, don't let pride get in your way, full moon in Leo. And the second one is time for healing. So yeah, I do, like I said, I feel like there might have been a bit of, you know, stagnancy, a bit of lack of communication, but I feel like this person, they might have sort of gone into like hermit mode a little bit, but it feels like now they're kind of preparing to come out of that, so that you can have this kind of you know, really open and honest communication with each other. So if they have been kind of not communicating clearly, or not, you know, kind of letting you know what's going on, I feel like your advice here is, you know, just obviously, there's a pile, one of the other piles as well, I don't remember which one, you know, if this person has been like abusive or just treated you really badly, then obviously you don't need to let them back in. But you know, this message, I guess, more about just being kind of open and allowing yourself to receive whatever this communication is, so that you can get some clarity. And you know, I think it's going to bring you this healing and understanding that you kind of need. You might have waited quite a long time to get clarity on what on earth's been going on. So kind of don't feel like you have to, you know, be too proud and, you know, kind of just reject this person. Again, it doesn't mean you have to like let them back in, but just be kind of open to hearing what it is that they have to say, because I do think that it could lead to some healing for you, group 3. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that resonates for you. If it did, if you enjoyed this reading, please do leave a comment and let me know, or give the video a like. It really does help. And subscribe if you haven't already, I would love that. And I hope I see you again. Thanks for letting me read for you, group 3.